Hey guys, surprise reading today because I was woken up in the middle of the night, so I assume there's something they want to communicate. Um, I don't know whether this is. I don't know where this is going to go. Is what I want to say, and I don't. I think that's part of the message because I feel like somebody's changing something, and I've got a funny feeling here. By the way, like on the base, like maybe somebody's fallen and grazed the hand there. That just came to me, so I thought I'd mention it. Um, So I don't know where this is going to go. So I feel like somebody's making a decision, having a bit of a leap of faith. They know they need to close out one cycle and they're going into something new, but it's like they don't know how it's going to go. But it's almost like this feeling of, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know where this is going to lead me. I'm kind of going with the flow, but I know that I need to close this out. I know that this has to end. Now, the songs, what specifically happened was I woke up and you're in and out of sleep a little bit. So I was in that kind of in and out of sleep phase in the middle of the night, and the song "Wake Up" by Eden was playing. Stay, you're not gonna leave me. Um, who said you were one in a million? That song. So if you know it, I definitely recommend going and having a listen to it. It's basically someone wanting somebody to ask them to stay. It's like somebody wants this person to say, like, don't leave, stay, kind of thing. I feel like somebody could be following their dreams. I feel like this came out in somebody's reading, but I'm not quite sure whose. Um, yeah, so following the dreams, making the decision. That's what it is. Because I did a reading off camera and I got like the King of Wands and the Star card. It's like I'm not going to allow myself to be held back from my dreams anymore. I'm going to go for the things that I want to go for. Um, but it comes with this reluctance of like not wanting, part of your heart still staying in what I want to say is an old relationship or an old situation. But I feel like there's something with that old situation that isn't working, which is part of the reason. I think there's different aspects at play, which is part of the reason why somebody's made this decision anyway. It's almost like maybe somebody who put their dreams on hold because they felt like their partner needed them, but what they're actually seeing is perhaps their partner's taking more out of this relationship than it's codependent. I want to say it's codependent, and this person's been supporting this codependent partner and putting their own dreams on hold, and there's a shift, there's a change. So sorry, I'm channeling as I'm saying this. So it's funny, I was woken up with the song "Wake Up" by Eden, and I looked at the time and it was 3:33, like 333. So watch out for repeating numbers. Also, pretty much at the same time as like all these happened sort of in the same bundle of time. A siren went past on the like main street nearby, and it was very, very, very fast. So I don't know if it was ambulance, police, fire brigade, doctor. I don't know what it was, but it went shooting up the road extremely fast. I mean, I would say dangerously fast. So I don't know what they were responding to or what they were doing. Obviously 3:33 in the middle of the night. The roads are probably pretty quiet, and they're obviously trained to drive that fast. But I don't know. That just made me nervous. So I don't know if that's a factor about driving or emergency services. Um, I also got Rain Down by Phil Collins a little bit later. I wish it would rain down on me. So again, that's a song about a relationship that didn't work out. I also got The End by Charlotte Lawrence and Alesso. This is the end. You never held my hand, so you don't know how to let it go. That actually comes out for not too many spoilers, but that actually does come out for a sign later in the week, next week. I've already pre-recorded the star sign readings, and there's one sign where that came through as the advice. So I'll let you go and find that one out yourselves. If it's not for you, it's not for you, right? I also got Lucky Ones by Lana Del Rey. Maybe we're the lucky ones this time, which I think came through for Libra, which will be up on Monday, I want to say. Which I don't know. Yeah. There could be something to do with either somebody literally or claiming that they have been spiked. This message came to me in a bit of a dream, and it was another tarot card reader. Now, I don't know this person personally. It's a tarot card reader on YouTube called Awakening to Spirit. It's one of my favourite readers, and it was as though I was watching one of her readings, and there was a short sentence where she was talking about it, like they've been spiked, or they said they'd been spiked, something like that. But it's coming in with this he said the she said thing. I want to say with the songs that have been coming through, which I'll go to in a second, another song that confirms this, because this is the order that stuff came to me. I want to say that I'm almost getting this feeling of like somebody leaving in the middle of the night while the partner's passed out. And I'm getting the impression that it's kind of like a last straw thing. They went and, you know, they're always out partying, they don't care about me, so therefore I'm going to go after my own dreams, that kind of feeling. But if getting this kind of like partner passed out energy, you know, like they've overdone it, they, you know, it feels like codependent, like toxic addictions that, you know, they're just almost like refusing to acknowledge or refusing to deal with. It's like, I just want to go out and party, almost selfish, I want to say. And yeah, it feels like this person's just going, while that person's, it's almost like, well, I'm just going to leave, you know, and when you wake up I'm going to be gone, that kind of energy. You know, I wish that you'd tell me to stay, but I don't know, it feels like regret, but also I have to do this, is how it's coming through. Yeah. The song that actually randomized for your reading, so everything else came through intuitively, and I'd say the main song that came through intuitively was Wake Up by Eden, and Rain Down by Phil Collins, because the other two could just be talking about readings that are coming next week. But the song that randomized for you on Spotify when I asked for a song was Easy by Taylor Parx. For me, it's not easy. I've got notes. You partied on, you lived your life while I pretended that I'm all right. Baby, look at you right now, tearing up the whole damn town. So I'd already got these messages, these kind of images of somebody just passed out, you know, like they've been out and they came home absolutely senseless. And it's kind of got this feeling of like, I don't know what you're doing when you're out. And also like putting the safety at risk. I don't know. Baby, look at you right now, tearing up the whole damn town. I thought we'd both regret all the stupid shit we said, and laugh it off as we go back to bed. Yeah, it's almost like, it feels like I'm the only person who cares in this relationship, is how it's kind of coming through. Now, as I started to get cards out, I'm only really planning on giving you advice today, rather than reading for the situation, because I think I've got enough on the situation. So if this is your situation, if it's resonating, I want to give you the best advice I possibly can. This card popped out. I can't remember specifically what I was thinking, but it was like, who is this reading for, or something like this, and the Page of Earth came out. Now, the Page of Earth, tends to be earth sign energy, and it can indicate a child or somebody's inner child. This particular card I'm very, very sentimental about, because when I first got the deck, I put the deck back. This has never happened to any other deck. I've got so many decks. And the first time I put it back in, this card bent. It's got like I don't know if you can see this, a kind of, yeah, like a flaw. So, and with it being a child on this card, and with him being he's a little boy, but he's so, he's in his own little world of imagination. He's very delicate. He's very, very sweet. Talks to me about while little boys are still free to play and they hold on to that childlike spirit, rather than when they get a little bit jaded, when they get a little bit older and they have to pretend that they're cool, you know. So he's talking about that core. That core inner child in all of us. A similar message comes through in Pisces' reading. It's Piscean energy for me. But this is coming through with the earth sign energy. So I don't know if you've got an earth sign child, perhaps a boy, not necessarily, or this is your own inner child. I'm hearing away with the fairies. Perhaps if you are a masculine, you were told, you know, people would say, oh, he's away with the fairies. Perhaps you're a bit of a dreamer. But yeah, I have protective energy over this card, I want to say. So again, this could be a child in the mix. Also, what I noticed, I've noticed a few things with the cards, but I don't want the reading to be excessively long. I got this deck out. I was drawn to use this deck. I haven't used it for quite a while. This is the Believe in Your Own Magic oracle deck. What I might do is just right at the end of the video just show you which cards I'm using, just in case anyone's curious. But as I shuffled, I realised there was a card in that didn't quite fit, and it's a card from another deck. It's a card from the Good Tarot, not the Good Tarot, sorry, the Animal Spirit Tarot. Yeah, and it was hiding. And the funny thing is, it's the Chameleon Spirit. The Chameleon is hiding in a different deck. So act as if. So it's almost this message of, again, with this Piscean ability to fantasize themselves in a different reality. It's like, the message is like, and with this being a fairy tale deck as well, it's like believe in the fairy tale. Act as if the fairy tale is true. Like, it's like that fake it till you make it energy. Fake it till you make it, and then it's sorry, I'm just trying to understand the message. It's something that's coming from within, so it happens internally first, and then it manifests outside of you. So it could be talking about the way that somebody manifests through fantasy, through envisioning a different life for themselves, role playing, wearing a mask, but then it transforms their reality outside them. So sort of a bit like you know that film with what's his name, the famous actor Leonardo DiCaprio. There's a film with Leonardo DiCaprio, I think it's Catch Me If You Can, where he's kind of like almost like a fraudster, but that's making it sound like it's negative, but this isn't negative. This is like, yeah, act as if. Let's just read the act as if cards to kick us off here. So it's so funny that of all the cards that could have been accidentally in a different deck, it's the Chameleon, and it's in the fairy tale deck. It's like, and again with this, it's like act as if the fairy tale's real, and the universe will make it real. It's like the universe is going to follow. So it's like, what is this? It's like they're showing me like clay. You know how when you mold something out of clay, it's it continues to be soft, and you can remold it and remold it. So it's like mold the clay into the shape you want it to be, and then the universe will fire it and make it solid, is the way it's coming through. It's like, yeah, it's manifestation. It's the, again, Libra has something like this. It's the, and Pisces, the making the intangible tangible, making the concept to reality. Could talk about the Magician card, very similar to the Magician card. But it's like you imagine, the universe delivers. Oracle message. Chameleon Spirit shares her gift with you today to prepare you for the changes that will greatly benefit you. Outer conditions are changing, and you're required to come into harmony with them so you can co-create your greatest dream. I told you, it's like somebody's leaving to go for their dreams, right? King of Wands, star energy. Feeling sensitive, good, because the King of Wands is very empowered, very confident. They know what they want. They're not going to step on everybody's toes to get there, but they're also not going to avoid stepping on people's toes if they have to. It's a very mature, I'm going to do what needs to be done energy, not in kind of like a, not in a ruthless kind of way, but in a driven, bold, assertive kind of way that you would expect from a King of Wands in the upright. So yeah, going for the dreams, like the King of Wands, I would say, of all the characters in the tarot, is the one that's most likely to make their own dreams happen, because they've got that drive and passion and maturity as well. The King of Wands has made a lot of mistakes, I want to say, but through those mistakes they learn, and they know exactly what they want. They know what, yeah, very, very driven, very focused, right? I'm channeling a lot today, so I'm sorry that I keep going off on side paths. Feeling sensitive, because he's sensitive, right? The inner child in all of us is sensitive. Feeling sensitive, good, because that will come in handy, enabling you how best to adapt to your environment and the people in it. And he has, right? He's adapted to his environment. He's wearing these like these like branches in his hair, and yeah. While at the same time maintaining your integrity. That's very, very key, by the way. Integrity is coming a lot at the moment. A lot of other tarot readers are doing stuff with like courts and truth, and integrity. The sun's in Libra, so the sun brightens, it illuminates, and Libra, if you know, is the justice card in the tarot. So there's a lot to do with truths coming to light, and being authentic, and you know, having integrity. It's really, really important right now. Maintain your integrity and inner equilibrium. Very Libra. Even if you feel like you're in uncharted territory, Chameleon Spirit has complete faith in your ability to fit in and learn the lay of the land. Isn't that what he's doing? The page, he's learning. Pages are students in the tarot. They're figuring things out. They're coming up with a plan. They're gaining skills. They're picking up resources, the page of earth. So yeah, it's understanding your environment, playing a different role, acting as if, and then understanding the environment, learning the lay of the land. Adapting as necessary. This is a fortunate time to act as if and do as others do until the new ways feel familiar and completely natural. Again, the pages are learning. Life is offering you a great lesson now. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. That's giving me the Eminem song. It's about learning to dance with others. Adapting isn't about losing yourself. It's about learning how to dance with others. If you're Aries, there was a similar message coming through in Aries' reading, where they did feel a bit like they were having to play a role to fit in with a different group, but they were changing the group. It was don't change to fit in, change the group, was the message in Aries' reading. So slightly different message there. This is more like fake it till you make it, right? And then you can make the changes once you're in, I want to say. So really, really interesting messages coming through already. I was kind of drawn to the movie tarot. Again, I've not used it for a while, so let's see. Are there any particular characters that you'd like to talk about today? Any particular characters? So this is just kind of like archetypes, like they might remind you of somebody or something. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune is turning. Queen of Coins, Queen of Pentacles, that's Capricorn energy. And the Ace of Coins. Okay, so there is an opportunity. It feels like it's a divinely guided opportunity. I'm hearing like make or break, once in a lifetime. Divinely guided, so they're giving me words. The aces in the tarot are divine gifts. It's a window of opportunity, some kind of offer, a literal gift, an idea, but it's kind of, or a skill. Pentacles, coins are kind of like things in your toolbox, so skills, resources, grounded practical things that you can apply. So it could be a job offer, or it could be some kind of investment. It could be something small as well, like you know, finding a pound coin on the floor and then going playing the lottery. It's very, very fortunate with the Wheel of Fortune. Again, the Wheel of Fortune has a universal element of the universe is here for you. They've brought this opportunity to you. I'm hearing it's go time. It's a very, very, very divinely guided, there's a huge potential here for prosperity. So I don't know if this is for you or somebody around you, or it's just something that's happening at this time. I'm hearing go for it. It's coming in with this image here, which is from Back to the Future. It's just, again, I mentioned Awakening to Spirit and her Libra reading this week. She was talking about changing time. So it's almost like when you change, the message that was coming through in her reading, and I strongly recommend you go and watch it. It's making me think of it with that clock there and Back to the Future. The message, as I took it from her reading, and again, you could go and watch it and get something completely different, was when you change your mindset, you change your reality. When you change your mindset, you change your reality. So if you've always reacted a certain way, I think she was saying, to certain situations, when you react differently, it has an impact. It's like you change timelines. And this not only impacts your future and your future decision making, but it can also have an impact on the past. It can have an impact on the way that you view the past, on the way that you use the past going forwards. So perhaps it could be something to do with you know, seeing the mistakes and seeing the failures and the problems and the kind of the negatives of the past, and putting a new spin on it where it empowers you to move forward. Very much as I was talking about that King of Wands. It's funny I was saying Queen of Wands then. King or Queen of Wands. They've been the page. They've been the knight. They've made mistakes. They've trusted the gut and made bad choices, but they've learned from that. So it's talking about learning from your experiences, understanding the lessons from those experiences of the past, and then reacting or responding a different way so that you change your future, so that you don't repeat karmic patterns. For example, if you've always shelved your dreams to mollify a karmic partner, then you're no longer doing that. You've learned that you've kept yourself trapped. So it's like, I love you, but I'm gonna have to leave, right? I love you, but I've got to put myself first for once, let's try doing this a different way. Let's just try it. Let's try prioritizing my needs over yours and see what happens, that kind of energy. So they're playing Eden again for me. Stay, I'm not what you're hearing. I want to get the quotes from that book. I think only the Wheel of Fortune has a quote, but I'm going to read it. I don't actually know what this is. I don't know what film that is or anything. I think I may have found out at one point, but I haven't retained that information. Wheel of Fortune, number 10. Where are you? So it's Emmett Brown, Destiny, a new cycle, evolution through progression, evolution, right, chameleon, advancement, success, manifestation, unexpected events, sudden luck, a godsend, ups and downs, one person's loss is another person's gain. Life lesson, nothing lasts forever. Be grateful for the good times and remember every dog has its day. So they were trying to give me something else there. It was on Every Dog Has Its Day. What is it? I want to say, again, it's to do with time travel. Yes, okay. They were trying to give me something, so I'm glad I focused on it because it's coming through that time travel thing again. I want to say it's from Bill and Ted. Bill and Ted's Bogus Journey or Excellent Adventure. I can't remember which one. But it's like he's... I want to say it's the Keanu Reeves character. He's reciting poetry, and he says... It's like a silly poem, but he says every dog has its day. Every something has its... So maybe go and find that scene. It could have more meaning to you. But again, it's this time travel thing. Like time travel. Skipping timelines. Doc Emmett Brown, just before shooting off into the sky in a flaming time machine. Roads. Where we're going? We don't need roads. Maybe space traveling, I don't know. They're giving me... it was the first album I ever owned. I owned 2 records. They were bought for me. I think by my dad. And the first one was Star Trekking, and the second one was Kylie Minogue. The Locomotion, I think it was. But yeah, Star Trekking across the universe. Right, okay. I don't know. The readings have been very out of this world recently, I have to say. Like Taurus had this funny reading as well this week. Anything else that needs to come through, please? What else would you like to communicate for this reading? There's the Messenger of Earth. So there's progression. Oh, wow, is there progression? Okay, I want to kind of put it in this order. So let's just move the Queen of... and the Sun card there as well, gorgeous. It could be something about Leo here. I'm going to come back to that, just one second. So there's progression. There's maturity. How I was talking about the the page of fire, the page of wands turning into the king or queen of wands. This is a progression of the earth sign. So this is getting more and more skilled as you go through life, as you learn lessons, as you go through new experiences. At first you feel like a fish out of water. At first you feel like you're trying to fit in, you're trying to figure things out. We could be talking about somebody who's kind of struggled to fit in, because they were fitting into somebody else's rule book, right? They were trying to fit into somebody else's. Again, going back to the Aries reading, we have Aries here with the Emperor and Taurus I just mentioned. So understanding the rule book, understanding the rules that have been given to you, the situation that you've gone into, learning to play by those rules. And then you get in there, again, this is kind of what was coming through in Aries' reading, you get in through there and you start to make the changes, you start to become the boss, because you've got the Page of Earth into the Knight of Earth, the Knight of Pentacles, into the Queen, into the Emperor, and love. Look at that is gorgeous. Choosing love, choosing love, choosing intuition. So it feels like I've got three things. I'm going to try and remember them all. The first thing is this Five of Fire in the middle, the conflict, the drive that comes with the Knight to succeed, to beat the competition, to be the best, to get higher up the corporate ladder, or to be the most skilled. So that competition and drive coming in here. It almost feels like, oh God, they're giving me too much stuff. It feels like the most unbelievable blue eyes I've ever seen. It feels like that could be two people, like, people who are in competition with each other, but they push each other. What was I getting over here? So it could be Leo energy coming in here. Now it could be learning how to be the leader, learning how to be confident, learning the things that come along with Leo energy, learning how to how to own that drive and ambition and be the good honorable king, the leader with integrity. This is a good leader, I want to say, because it comes from I'm hearing skill set. It comes from being very skilled at what they do, putting a lot of time and effort in. This is time and effort over time, slow and steady progress, one foot in front of the other, nurturing, providing, supporting, doing what needs to be done. Very huge amount of earth sign energy, but it's like underneath you've got this drive of like this, what's coming through is Leo energy, like pushing this person forward. It feels like ambition should be made of sterner stuff. That came through for somebody recently. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. They didn't understand you, I want to say. Okay, the other thing before I get into this, I feel like I've already lost something, but somebody's learning how to take control of their own life, to be in that King of Wands energy, but it's not that just the King of Wands energy, it's the Emperor energy. It's like the best you could be, the best version of yourself that you could be. I want to say, because we've got it's almost like the Wheel of Destiny here, I want to say this is Leo North Node, but it's coming from, now your North Node is your destiny, but it's something that's always a challenge for you. Again, with this challenge card, it's like being that leader, being the go-getter, being the entrepreneur, being confident and bold and willing to take the lead, feels uncomfortable because it's your North Node. Your South Node is your comfort zone. Your North Node is like what your destiny is, but also what you've got to learn. So again, with this kind of fake it till you make it energy, I want to say what's fake here is what this person has been doing. So I feel like this keeps giving me that song. You've got the most unbelievable blue eyes I've ever seen. This person has kept this side of themselves, the fire aspect of themselves, hidden. The drive, the ambition, the part of themselves that's going to put themselves first and go for their own goals, right? Which is actually their destiny. it's been hidden, but it's been underlying everything that they've done. Because I almost feel like this earth sign energy is the mask. Now, that's not to say that they're not responsible or they're not skilled at all. That's not what I'm saying here. What I'm saying is that they've always been playing by that rule book that says you have to get a job, you have to go to college, you have to go to university, you have to get a job, you have to have a career, you have to I think it came through for Taurus with like the game of life. It's like you were told what success was and you went and you did that, you played the role, you faked it, you know, but it's like it's got you where you need to be now. It's that part of yourself, that part of yourself that played by the rules got you where you need to be to get into this energy where, again, like that Aries reading, it's like now you're the person who makes the decisions, now you get to take the lead, now that competitive, ambitious side of you comes out. Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. I almost feel like because you've been with this Virgo and Capricorn energy here, it's like you've been the steady Eddie, you've been the supportive, sensible, grounded team player. Again, this kind of team player stuff, I feel like that's going to come up through some readings. Virgo today, they had this wolf. It's talking about like being like part of the pack or being the alpha. You've been the team player, you've supported everybody else, you've been very skilled, very dependable. It's like, you know, if this is a work situation, it's like, oh, give it to Virgo, give it to Capricorn. They're dependable, they can do it, they're reliable, we know they've got the skills, they'll get it done. But it's like perhaps you've been overlooked, just with that ambition should be made of sterner stuff quote, because you've not embraced that part of yourself, almost like you felt like that part of yourself was wrong. To put yourself first was wrong, right? To push, to be competitive was wrong, but it's been there, it's been underlying, I want to say, the entire time. It's almost like a really long game plan, a really, really long game plan. It's like, yes, I will present as being this dependable one until I get myself into position, because you bet Lara Croft has a plan. And it's like, and then the action's taken. Then the true character comes out, I want to say, with all this confidence. Oh, there's the King of Wands. Look at all that Leo. Look at all this Leo. Now, the Emperor isn't traditionally the Lover's card, and this is the thing. The Lover's card and the Emperor is not traditionally Leo. It's Gemini and it's Aries, Taurus. But both of these, excuse me, so sorry. Both of these cards have a lion on, and then you've got the Sun card and the King of Wands, all Leo energy, such strong Leo energy. It's you. It's you, it's all for you, everything I do. I tell you all the time, heaven is a place on earth with you. Now Lana Del Rey comes in, right? So a supportive connection. It could be your masculine and feminine side. A connection, a loving connection that gives you a lot of confidence, that does support you. So it could be that you're choosing connections that support you and allow you to support others the way that they should be supported, perhaps, to rather than having the codependency that comes along with overly nurturing. You know, the earth signs, when you know, they're such good providers and sustainers that they can so easily fall into people pleasing or being taken for granted. The dependability becomes reliability, which becomes you know, oh, they'll do it, you know, the expectation that the earth sign will be there, where actually for this part of yourself to come out, you need to be supported. You've done the supporting, now it's your turn to be supported, is what I want to say. Okay, this is going to be a long reading. I didn't expect it to be so long. I'm just checking I'm still recording. I like this though, it's really interesting. Let me just move all these over here because I want to keep this, sorry for the noise, especially headphone users there. The moon card is showing itself. There's a decision here, and then the moon card, secrets. The secret is maybe somebody wants to be single or more independent, maybe set up their own business. The sun card, the king of wands, the moon card, the page of coins, back to the page of earth. I mean, when you get to this point, it's like this is the apprentice and this is the boss, but the apprentice works up the career ladder and becomes the boss and then takes on their own apprentices, right? And it's like then you can teach. This kid Capricorn was getting this a lot. Capricorn here, where it was like, be the person that you needed. It's funny, I'm playing a computer game as well at the moment, and it's called Life is Strange True Colours, and there's a similar message in there that I keep talking about. It's like when you don't have those role models, when you don't have the role models, or you have role models who perhaps teach you things that don't work for you, you get to come into a situation, whether that's a work environment or a family, we're talking about fathers, where you get to be in a position where you can then start to make the rules. And it's like, well, what do I want to hand down to the people who come after me, whether that's your own children? Just again, the Aeneas thing of for carrying his father on his back and leading his son by his hand. I get to make the decisions now. What am I going to put in place? Like, what did I learn? What would have made it easier for me? What kind of leader did I need in my life? So it's like, what is it? The wax on, wax off. The grasshopper becomes the master, that kind of thing. I can't get the quote. They're trying to give it me, but there's too much. Bring a gentle touch. Any more advice, please? Let's just get more advice. I want to go again. Again. Make your dreams real. Dreamweaver. Dreamweaver. So that is that kind of like magician energy I was talking about. Dreamweaver. What's that? I feel like it was in a song. Dreamweaver. Magician energy. Again, act as if, make your dreams real, fake it till you make it. Every step you take. I'm getting so many songs and I'm not going to be able to remember them all and write them all down. They're not all going to be in the description box, just to warn you. Every step you take, the universe is going to take 10 towards you. Think on your feet. So it's a time to be crafty. It's a time to play your cards close to your chest, to make, to sidestep, right? To move in a sideways fashion, I want to say, maybe Cancerian energy coming in, a sideways fashion towards what you want. It's like, don't take the direct route. You need to be a little bit coy here. So for example, if there was some kind of job opportunity coming up, you don't want to, go for it and be really loud about that, because other people will go for the same job. It's like, if you know something's coming, if there's an opportunity, play your cards close to your chest and kind of do what you need to do. Don't be deceptive, because integrity was important, but you also don't need to loudspeaker it, right? The mouse spirit, tend to the small things, so pay attention. This kind of Virgo energy and this Capricorn energy a little bit as well, but especially the Virgo energy. Tend to the small details, read the fine print. If you're dealing with a contract, read the whole contract. Speak to an advisor, speak to a lawyer if you have to. Change the contract if anything is in there that doesn't fit. This is the difference between a page and an emperor, right? They know the worth, right? They know how skilled they are. And this is it. This is the act as if, right? If you went for a job and you saw yourself as the page, I need to learn more, I need to develop more skills, I'm learning, in a very, very humble kind of immature energy, you're just going to accept what they give to you. Whatever the contract says, you're just going to sign it, because it's like, I can't believe I'm so lucky to have this opportunity. The emperor, and this is the same person, and I want to say, be this, don't be this, act as if. The emperor is going to go into that same job interview and say, I'm the person that you need for this job. I've got all the skills. Anything I don't know, I'm going to learn very, very quickly. But I've got a huge amount of experience. I'm a natural leader, like bigging themselves up. Leo has an ego. Leo knows they're the best, right? Again, depends on the Leo, Leo, like it's a whole thing, very up and down. But this is like being that strong sun in Libra, not Libra, sun in Leo energy of like, I know my worth. You want me. You tell me why I should work for you. And then it's like you're in that position then to negotiate the contracts because you know that they want you, right? So you can say, these terms don't work for me. What can we do to renegotiate them? This is what I would like, and it's like going into it with that energy actually is it's very it shows that you're this and not this, going in and saying, let's renegotiate this salary because this is what I expect, rather than like, could maybe talk to you maybe one day about having a pay rise. It's very, very different energy. This person's going to demand respect. This person's giving respect away. So something about that there. But tend to the small details, like the fine print, I want to say. And freedom is yours. Excuse me a second, I think my kids are back from the park. Hold on. Oh, out of breath. No, it was the neighbour's children. I thought that was a bit quick. It's actually been 40 minutes and I paused at 40. So 40 could be a key age or stage or clause in the contract or something. And then 33, again, watch out for number patterns, especially threes. Freedom is yours. So yeah, you're going to have the freedom to make the decisions, to choose, to be like, when the power is in your hands, you have that freedom. So I feel like that's something, there's somebody there. Let's read those. 27. I'm going to try and close this out and go a little bit more quickly, but I do want to get any advice that you need. Be alert now, for Fox Spirit has appeared and you are meant to move swiftly. Let this clever spirit draw out your creativity as you adjust to rapidly changing circumstances. Again, rapidly changing circumstances, and this adaptation, the ability to adapt, the ability to play a different role or navigate a different environment. So I want to put that there. Rapidly changing circumstances with resilience, grace, and astuteness. Fox Spirit helps you to think on your feet, using your best judgments and wits to help you slip into a more advantageous situation. Now is not a time to hesitate, but a time for swift action of the mind, a time to think outside the box and notice the many ways in which you might make a move. Aware of your surroundings and always clear on what you deserve and wish to co-create. Trust that your cleverness, guided by Fox Spirit, will serve you well. This is Aquarian energy, by the way, Virgo energy, Sagittarius energy for me as a reader. Gemini. I want to say, it's funny, I was thinking about some old bosses that I used to work with, and one of them, she was the team player. She was, she worked, it was in a shop, and she was one of the people who worked in the shop, and the manager, I think, went off sick or went to have a baby or something, and she stepped up and she just started doing the boss's job, and then she was given, when she was actually given that job. So it's almost like, if there's an opportunity to step up, say the current boss is away, they're on maternity leave, or they are doing something else, they're elsewhere, just step in and do the job, right? Step in and take control of the wheel of the ship. Just do it, and then people will see that. And now they're giving me Tanaquil. There's an old Roman story about the kings and queens of Rome, the ancient kings and queens of Rome, and Tanaquil was a very supportive wife who she kind of slid in this transition of power. She was very, very clever. Basically, something had happened to the old king, and she secured their adopted son. She secured his position as the next king, because he adopted the sick king. The son adopted his responsibilities in his place. It was like regent, right? Like a regent thing. So he took on the responsibilities while the king was away, and then naturally he was the person who naturally stepped in when that position arose. So I want to say that is an opportunity possibly for you right now. But again, play your cards close to your chest a little bit here. Mouse Spirit. It's funny, we've gone from talking about a relationship to being very, very work focused. But again, it's like, you want to take that opportunity when it arises, I want to say. Tend to the small things. The humble mouse pays attention to the smallest details, and mouse spirit calls on you to notice the nuances and the fine print at this time. Definitely could have Virgo in your chart. To me, this is Mars in Virgo. In your eagerness to meet your goals and pursue your dreams, it is easy to forget the importance of clear communication and tending to the little things, including people's subtle signs that they are unhappy, as well as the small voice inside of you that says this doesn't feel right. So trust your intuition, I want to say, but also make sure that you're not so work focused that you don't pay attention to the emotional signals that people are giving off around you. Make time for people, I want to say, because it's the people that are going to support you. You know, the emperor, a good emperor is going to be supported by their team. And if you're not attending to those emotional needs, then then your team isn't going to feel supported by you. So make sure you've got that compassionate ear open, I want to say. Make sure you make time for people. You don't have to like drop everything you're doing and like waste time, but you can say, I'm going to schedule a meeting with you at this time, or I'm going to ring you at this time. Like, I can't talk now, I'll ring you back at 8 o'clock, that kind of thing. Take your time to sniff out what you need to know. Is there some detail or nuance about how you engage with others or operate in the world that is key to your success, but you've readily dismissed as nothing big or nothing special? I want to say it's those interpersonal relations, the compassionate ear, right? Listening to what other people are saying. Mouse spirit reminds you that what seems small may be more important and powerful than you think, so look again. Do not underestimate yourself or your potential for co-creating something amazing when you pay attention to the details. So whatever that means to you, right? Freedom is yours, 33. When horse spirit appears, you are gifted with the spirit of movement and freedom. It is time for travel and adventure, whether that means a trip somewhere or taking a different type of journey. So I feel like somebody could be like, again, there's this thing about leaving someone behind, and it comes up again in someone else's reading. I want to say it's Libra's reading, but I'm not 100% sure, where it talks about supportive relationships, and you know, what a partner should say is go for your dreams, do that thing that I know is really, really important to you, take that big opportunity. I'm going to be right here kind of thing when you come back. So I feel like somebody could very well be leaving a relationship because they need to travel for work. It's like they have to move house, relocate to take this opportunity, but it's a big opportunity, I want to say. Taking a trip somewhere or a different type of journey, one of freedom of choice. Horse spirit reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you have free will and choices that can take you far away to a better place, a better situation, a better state of being. For there is no one but you to rein in your will to make a different decision. You are capable of making powerful choices that will affect you for a long time to come. Horses are social animals and known to be a friend to mankind, willing to carry us forward when we need it. Horse spirit reminds you that help will be available to you whenever you need it, and companions will be by your side wherever you choose to go, whatever direction you choose to travel. Life is an adventure, and horse spirit, very much so with this Sagittarian energy, life is an adventure, and horse spirit wants you to know that whatever choices you make, you have great spirit within, invisible yet holding you up and always walking by your side. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you can set your heart free to experience love in all forms. Spirit whispers to you that the gift of freedom is yours if you allow yourself to break out of your perfectionism, right? Virgo and Capricorn, perfectionism and stubbornness. Make a move and enjoy the freedom of letting go of the need to control. Okay, so letting go of the need to control. A good emperor doesn't need to control because they are given that respect, right? The good emperor, because they have respect, because they care about the subjects, because they do things with integrity and this feeling of like the greater good, while also being driven and confident, they're the best kind of leader because people naturally support them. You know, they naturally listen, they naturally take orders, they naturally want to please because this person's very magnetic and engaging. So somebody who's controlling, which is a more scorpionic energy, is the way it's coming through, is who punishes, you know, to keep people in line. That's more tyrannical. That would be more Emperor in the reverse. This is a very, very loving, like in the light Emperor. This is like everything's going to be above board. Everything's going to be out in the open. We're going to do things because it's the right thing to do. Everything I do it with love. It's kind of like everything I do it for you, right? Brian Adams. So don't forget how important people are. And again, there's this competitiveness. So it could be that somebody works in an industry that's been particularly competitive, very masculine perhaps, where it's like you've got to crush others in order to get ahead. This feels like turning that on its head and doing it in a more Queen of Coins type method of training people up, supporting people. Like, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Sort of leg up energy, you know, like you give someone a leg up, they pull you up. That kind of energy. It's more supportive and less competitive, I want to say. All right, what else, please, for this reading? What else for this reading? Fairy spotting. It's time to go fairy spotting. It's said that seeing is believing. Again, act as if. Seeing is believing. Believing is seeing. The opposite is true. Believing is seeing. Don't stop believing by Journeys playing in my head. Nature's signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Sorry, I forgot to say something about this horse card. It was making me think about a reading that I did. I want to say it was Virgo, Sagittarius or Capricorn, where it was an old Guinness advert. TikTok, good things come to those who wait. This is the wait. This is the strategizing. And it came in with this message of like somebody expected this like Sagittarian like army to just like storm something, but then the dust cleared and it was this emperor stood there, and the emperor was like offering this person the reins of the chariot. It's like, you thought I was coming to attack, but actually I was coming to not only make a truce, but to offer you some kind of leadership position. It's like somebody was expecting conflict, when actually the reason the emperor was there was because they wanted them on the team. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We only want to open our minds and hearts. So I'm going to put that with mouse spirit. Pay attention to the small details. So the signs and synchronicities, like the number pattern 333. If a song pops into your head, if a random thought pops into your head, like how I was thinking about my boss and how she did the job and then was actually given the job. Magical blessings. This came out for... No, it didn't. It's reminded me of Aries' reading. Whatever you're going through, you're being assisted by magical fairy blessings. The fairies say you can bless others too. I want to put that with the Wheel of Fortune. Moderation. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily, although the fairies say a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So just moderation, right? So if it's drinking for you, drink one night a week, you know, make sure you don't overdo it. Again, there was this thing coming through about somebody else overdoing it and getting absolutely out of the head. So you don't want to be like that. That's not a way to get respect, is it? So if you're going to some kind of like a corporate party or event or something, a dinner, don't be careful of how much you're drinking. Where's that tipping point for you? Because everybody has a tipping point. For me, it's about 2 glasses of wine, where I can't moderate myself anymore after that. So you know that you can only have 2 glasses of wine, and then you need to switch to something else. So it's like, have the glass of wine, have a drink of water, have the glass of wine. It's like, or is there something better that you could drink? Or you know, it's like, be aware of where your own cut-off point is, where you lose control. I want to say, and stay well within those limits, because you don't want to be like taking your top off and like making a fool of yourself on the dance floor, because that's not what the Emperor should be doing. Like, yes, go on the dance floor, yes, like do a few moves, but don't get out of your head, you know? Have that self-control. The Emperor is going to have an element of control, but then you've got this thing about freedom. So it's just knowing the right time and place, I think. What was that? Come to the edge. I want to say step away from the edge. I want to say, you know, regeneration. Again, it's like could be some sort of regeneration project. That could be what this job is for somebody. But again, it's going through like transformation, right? Transformation of something. Imagine. Again, look at this imagine energy. Act as if. Like I was talking about the imagination of this page of earth up here. This always gives me, is it John Lennon? Imagine all the people. So imagine a better future for yourself. Imagine what this regeneration could be like. What are the opportunities that come with change? Turning imagination into manifestation. We're back to square one. Okay, they are really emphasizing this message. Turning imagination into manifestation. Creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning, am I still recording? Aligning images and feelings, creativity, illusions. Who do you want to be? Who do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? Believe in yourself, right? You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, then you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. I can't believe how many times this is coming out for me this week. Again, like Libra has it, Pisces has it, it's here now. It was even in that reading that I did about the story you tell, like telling your own story. Who do you think you are was the name of the reading. This is a time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating, allowing the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. I just want to remind you that this is really giving me magician card in the tarot again, Virgo energy again. The magician has that brilliant left half of the mind, right half of the mind working together ability, where they have the imagination, they have the visualization, they can dream a new world into being, and then they can ground it. They have the 4 tools of the tarot to make things a reality. I would say that you have absolutely got your fire and earth energy going here. So you've got the pentacles, which is the skills, the reliability, the dependability, and the fire, which is the passion for what you do, the drive, the motivation. What I'm not really seeing is swords or cups. Now, we've already talked about making sure you factor in emotions and those bonds with other people, right? You need to make sure that you're not ignoring people and that you're checking in with people. Hey, how are you doing? I've not heard from you for a while. I just wanted to check in, make sure everything was all right. Is there anything I can do? Make that part of your work day, I want to say. Or if this is family, you're busy with work, make sure you're going to your family and saying, how was your day? Is everything all right with you? I know I'm super busy right now, but I just want to make sure that you know that you're important to me. Make sure you remember the emotional energy, which also comes in with that moon energy that we saw, which talks about your own intuition, right? Your own inner guidance system, your intuition, the signs, the synchronicities, and the awareness of your spiritual side, right? But also the swords. Now, the Emperor's sword is down. I think there is a conscious choice to play your cards close to your chest right now, not necessarily to communicate everything, but make sure you have that sword at the ready to draw up contracts, to end contracts, to talk about the things that need to be talked about, to make yourself clear, to make your intentions known, to draw boundaries, and all those things that come with that sword energy. The swords are also logic and strategy, so which I feel like you do have the logic and strategy. It's more like this playing your cards close to your chest right now. So just make sure that you're checking in with those 4 elements of the Emperor. The Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot. And that you're doing all, you're not neglecting one area in favour of others, is what I want to say there. Okay, so let's go to the fairies. What do the fairies have for you? Oh, it's the dragons. Illumina, not the fairies, it's the dragons. Illumina, I feel like this is the sun coming in, the realisation, the clarity of your own thought. Confidence, again with that Leo energy. Look at this. And the philosopher. The philosopher is, for me, this kind of more Piscean energy that we've got coming through. And the confidence is more of this kind of like leadership energy. But again, it's like this and that are true. You're both your own inner child and your own outer leader at the same time. It's like within every powerful leader, there's still an inner child in there, wanting to imagine, wanting to be playful, wanting to create. So utilize that aspect of yourself. Dragons. excuse me, the philosopher, 25. You should follow that which you seek with your heart. The wise old dragon is about learning and the direction your life is taking. This can be your 3D physical world or on a metaphysical level. He shows up when you have been considering taking up any kind of study, whether you're returning to or continuing with formal education or undertaking personal or spiritual development. It's kind of giving me like big fish in a small pond, like getting to the top of a certain career, getting as far as you can go in one thing, and then going into the next phase where you go back into a learning cycle, right? It's like getting to the bottom, getting to the top and then starting at the bottom, but it's like you're not really starting at the bottom. It's like this energy comes like back here. It's like when the emperor knows that he's completed a certain cycle of learning and he's ready to learn more, he's ready to keep developing his skills, rather than becoming complacent or swampy. Undertaking personal or spiritual development. He came to me bringing a strong connection to Galileo and to the planets and the solar system, mathematics and science. He says, one is never too old or young to learn. Set your sights high and reach for the stars, for you have much to gain from and to reveal to your learning partners. He has a particular affinity with the stars and constellations, and is often associated with people learning the old arts, such as astrology, scrying, and divination, as well as the sciences. He goes on to say, "What you have been putting off that which you want to learn. Your self-doubt hinders you from following your passions and your true path. Your affinity with the old arts is the starting point of your journey. Take this as notice that you should follow that which you seek with your heart." Again, the emperor's doing what he's doing because it's a choice he's making with his heart. For only then will you truly tread the steps of your destiny. His presence helps us navigate our world in our chosen direction. He becomes our compass, our guiding star, when we are at a loss as to what comes next. Call upon his presence to help you steer forward. We had that at the beginning of the reading, that kind of like, I don't know what's coming, but I know I have to do this. It's like pushing into and through the moon energy, right? Taking the leap of faith and pushing through and persevering out the other side through the learning process. What else was I going to say? Something else in there. Oh, this Leo thing. I kind of touched on it before and didn't go into it. It's a funny thing with Leo, because they're all about the ego, and the ego does, when it's in the light, it's this self-confidence, this knowledge of your own power and self-worth, and you're just knowing your own value, and enjoying being in the limelight and enjoying people singing your praises, and there's nothing wrong with that. The flip side of Leo, because it's all about this ego, is that in the dark, Leos can often feel like they're not being rewarded or recognized for the effort they're putting in, or they have a lot of kind of imposter syndrome where the doubts and fears play up. Can I really do this? Is this right for me? So it's the flip side of the same coin, if you like. A lot of Leos are like, I'm not that confident, and that's because that's the thing that you're working on, right? You're working through those ego issues. That's kind of the life pattern of Leo. So again, this could be a Leo with like a North Node Capricorn or North Node Virgo. You could flip it around if you wanted to. Either way, but it feels more like this is what comes naturally, and then this is the destiny, right? This is what you have to learn, the thing about the confidence. It's something that I went through a couple of years back, where I was looking at doing teacher training, and it was very scary to me. I didn't feel fully prepared, and I prepared as much as, do you know what, I blasted that interview. I say that I didn't feel prepared, but I was prepared. I made sure I was prepared. But there's a quote by Ovid. It says, "Fortune and love favour the bold." It's an old Roman quote. Fortune favours the bold, fortune favours the brave. Ovid added love to the equation. Fortune and love favour the bold. So it's like, if you don't, you've got to risk it for the biscuit. You've got to take the chance. Nothing's going to be given to you. You've got to take the steps towards your goals. And it's always this prepared to fail. It's like, I know that if I just sit here and don't open any doors, then those doors are going to remain shut. But I know if I get up and I open one of those doors and try one of those rooms. It may work out for me, it may not. That door may shut again. But if I don't try it, I'll never know. So it's this kind of like, just go for it energy. If it doesn't work out, go through a different door. But if you never open a door, you're never going to have that dream come true. You've got to take steps, and those steps come from a place of like balls to the wall. I'm just going to give it a shot, and if I fail, it's okay. I'll give something else a shot. Learning how to fail, learning how to take lessons. And you know what? I don't regret anything that I've ever given it, and I don't regret my attempts. I only regret those times that I didn't try. Trust yourself, your inner wisdom and your intuition. Call upon this dragon when your confidence has taken a knock, or when you feel you are unable to trust your own judgment. He gives you the hope and courage you need to carry on. He encourages you to dig deep and take the next step. He will be beside you all the way, supporting you as you go. And it's lovely that you've got that supportive connection there underneath. He has beautiful dragon energy that you can call upon in times of personal crisis and need. Confidence is an awesome dragon to work with. But be warned, he can also be forthright. He says, you can't sit there wallowing in self-pity. You have a job to do, so get on with it. He continues, you have many talents to draw upon and use. Yes, you have taken a few knocks and bruises along the way, but that is life, and that's what creates the emperor. Your infinite abilities are yet to be explored and uncovered. Your task now is to trust yourself, your inner wisdom and your intuition. Follow your feelings and listen to your inner guidance. This might well be scary, and you might be taking yourself well out of your comfort zone, but playing it safe doesn't aid your personal or spiritual growth. Mr. Play It Safe, that's the title of, I don't know if it was Virgo or Capricorn. I want to say it was Capricorn. So watch out for their reading if that's resonating to you. But playing safe doesn't aid your personal or spiritual growth. If you have no idea what course of action to take, ask for his guidance. But remember, he is not in any way soft or fluffy. He will tell you or show you what you need to do bluntly and put things in your path that you need to understand. Look for the lessons, and from there you will begin to develop exponentially, both spiritually and personally. You will find your way under his compassionate guidance. Again, this compassion. Part of what confidence teaches us is that we are responsible for our own experiences, however painful or joyous. We need to learn to live, love, forgive, heal, and move on. He's probably one of the toughest dragons I have encountered, and yet he's also gentle and caring. Tough love, I think it's called, very Saturn, so a lot of Capricorn energy coming in right now. Tough love, I think it's called. Although he's straight talking, he does have a huge compassion for us human doings. Bear that in mind if you get a telling off from him, dragon style. Yeah, I think Saturn is knocking around. I can't remember if it's in Capricorn or Aquarius. I think it depends on which zodiac system you use. So maybe have a look at which house. If you know your birth chart and you know your houses, see where Saturn's sat. You're going to be learning tough lessons in whichever house Saturn is sat in at that time, whatever area of your life that house rules. So that's something you need to go and look up. You can use the Astrology Cafe link down below in the description box if you want to go and poke around with that a little bit further. Oh, and then your advice. So you've also got Tower, unplug and relax for a spell, and Mirror, treat your body like the palace it is. It's interesting you've got that, because that is connected to that moderation card there, and you know, nurturing your body and treating it as a temple. You know, not worrying too much about your weight and things. I'm just noticing these ladies are curvy. Not worrying about how your body looks so much as doing the things that your body needs. Being kind to your body, giving it the nutrients it needs, not giving it the things that are toxic to it, you know, too much sugar, too much alcohol, those kind of things, not smoking, treating your body like a temple, right? Exercising your body, seeing your body as a friend or a loved one that you need to care for. Again, with this very, very nurturing energy up here of the Queen of Pentacles. It's be kind to your body, see your body as a friend, don't punish your body, is kind of what I want to say there. And however it looks, embrace that and just know that you're looking after it and nurturing it and treating it kindly. Wings, you never needed those wings to fly. I love this card. What a lovely card for you to get. Number 8. So I'm going to wrap up the reading after this. It seems like you're stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-doubt and self-criticism. Again, that Virgo energy is a very, very critical energy. When you tell yourself you can't do whatever you've set your mind to, that's what we refer to as negative self-talk, and it's extremely toxic. Just as we expect others to treat us with kindness, we also need to treat ourselves with kindness. What was I just saying? A bird can't fly away if you never let it out of its cage. And you had this thing about freedom. You never needed those wings to fly. Freedom is yours. Confidence comes from within. You can manifest the life you desire. If you're constantly reinforcing to yourself that negative self-talk, that inner critic of, if perhaps if you've got Virgo in your chart, of you can't do it, you're not good enough, you don't have the skills for this, you know, that's going to keep you stuck in that kind of limbo swamp where you don't open any doors. But being your own cheerleader, loving yourself, talking to yourself the way you talk to a friend, you know, fair enough, fine, you might not have all the skills that you need to do that job, but do you know what, you can learn them on the way, you can learn on the job, you know, you pick up skills quickly, you're going to be fine. Jump in at the deep end, you know, ask for help if you need it, ask for advice, learn the things that you need to learn. It's okay, nobody knows how to ride a bike if they've never been on a bike before. You've got to get on it and give it a try, and that's how you learn. Some people learn on the job, some people learn from actually doing things, and some people learn, you know, in advance. So whatever your learning style is absolutely fine. You know, as long as you, the thing with the Emperor is, the Emperor always has advisors around them. They never, yes, they're the one that makes the decisions, but they know that they're supported by a group of talented, skilled people, right? And they use those skills. So if the Emperor doesn't know something, they know who to ask. So there's something in that, right? Something about not knowing how to run if you've never walked. You've got to walk first, right? And then you've got to give running a try. And it's like when you ride a bike, you're going to fall off the bike, but then that's a lesson in how to get back on the bike and keep on going. And then you're going to be like a BMX Olympic person. I don't know. Right, I'm going to leave the reading there. I hope it was helpful to someone. Be your own cheerleader. Be kind to yourself. Treat your body like a friend. Treat your inner child as a friend. And just, I feel like fake it till you make it, right? Make your dreams come true. The universe has got your back. You don't need the wings to fly. You've got that confidence within. You just have to be careful about how you talk to yourself. Right, long reading, but a good one. Do take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.